not only should we value life in the womb, but we should value life outside the womb. And here we are in a world where there's a country that's basically saying, what's a 12-year-old?
But that's it.
They're sick anyways.
We don't value human life anymore, whether it's a child, whether it's a fetus, it doesn't matter. Like, we honestly don't value life. We're all just puppets to most of these people.
Mm-hmm. And the government, especially the fucking left, would rather campaign on abortion that hurts women than actually solve any problems, for women, for single moms, than actually do anything to help them. They would just say, it's easier if you just fucking kill it. Because we'll just fund Planned Parenthood, it'll cost less money, it'll take up less of our time if we just promote this and fuel this fire for abortion and disguise it as women's rights, so we look like we're the righteous and we look like we're standing up for women. And all these sheep will fucking fall for it, when in reality, it's not doing anything for them. They're in the same. It's like they're in the same spot that they were before they murdered their child. And the thing is the government could spend that time and that effort, I don't know, fucking reforming the adoption process in the United States.
Yep, I've mentioned that
bettering
before.
the foster care system, because God knows it needs help, and also helping women. Helping single mothers, giving those women another option other than fucking slaughtering the life inside their womb. What about all these clinics, all these women's clinics, and I'm trying to volunteer at one right now, but COVID's kind of making that hard. What about all these clinics that literally provide all of the same services as Planned Parenthood, like mammograms, checkups?
Planned Parenthood doesn't even do
the only thing that they don't provide is abortion, and they don't get any help. They don't get any funding.
That's because they want to literally. I think the Democrats have an agenda to just lower the population.
Well, they also. I've even had somebody who said, "No, I'm for abortion because the population's already too high."
That is the most disgusting fucking argument I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like that. You know what? When someone makes that argument, I want to be like, well, then why don't you fucking volunteer yourself? Then? Why don't you just kill yourself? If the population's too high, then why don't you sacrifice yourself?
What have you done to earn your place in this crowded world?
Yeah. Well, this is like, why should an innocent child who hasn't even had a fucking chance to see the light of day die? And you live? Why? What makes you better?
So here was an argument that Swain made for it. It was interesting. Was the fact it goes, you don't know who that kid is. Like, for all we know, that kid could have been the Einstein. That kid could have been, one of the geniuses or the great thinkers of our time.
Yeah.
When you're killing people, when you're killing kids, and before they're like, that's what I like to use when people say, well, they were just gonna have a terrible life. Like, so that's a justification to killing someone. They're gonna have a terrible life.
Yeah, just because someone might have a bad life, even if there's a good chance, even if there's a 95% chance that they're gonna have a terrible life.
Think of how many children who are born into the foster care system, who were adopted, how many kids were born to single mothers in those same situations, who have risen from the ashes, who have been shaped by that hard life and become something great. What about them? Do they not matter?
No, they don't matter.
All of their success for nothing? Just because you came from a hard life, from a hard family. You know how many people grow up with a hard childhood? So they just don't deserve to live?
Yeah.
They just don't deserve to live because they had a mom and their dad wasn't in the picture, and their mom worked 3 jobs to make ends meet, and they had a rough time. They just don't deserve to live at all?
According to them, yes.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. It's almost as if some evil, and this is, I guess, where religion comes into it. I think some evil hand, some evil force has their hand on that person's heart, and they're just crushing it, and they're hardening it.
It's the devil.
Yep.
If you want to bring religion into it.
It sounds crazy, but it's like, what are you just gonna be? Are you just not? Do you have no value for human life, and are you not gonna listen to any sort of logic? Like, I get the idea that you don't want to deal with a kid. I can understand that. You don't want to have to fucking throw away your ambitions, your life, and everything. But listen to logic. The logic says, and the basic value of human life says that you should not do that. And if you're going to ignore that and just have such a cold attitude towards it, like that I don't know, man. I think there's something.
It's like you're not human. It's just
it's a disturbing attitude to have, and it doesn't seem human. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's motivated by any sort of
love
there's no
or
compassion.
compassion.
Yeah, there's none.
And honestly, one of the reasons, I mean, I have many reasons that I'm pro-life, right? We've been talking about the many reasons now. But I have a deep compassion for women. I am a woman. I don't want to see a girl who is in such a tight spot that she literally is contemplating killing her own child. I'm there. You know what I mean? I would, if you know, think of how many women are in that position. And I know I'm only one person, but it's like I would literally sacrifice my time to help you. I would help you through this situation. If you have nobody else, I care deeply about women. I don't want any woman to have to live with that decision, to have to live with that regret. I've met women who have had abortions, and God, do they regret it. It's something that will forever, for the rest of their life, hang over their head.
Haunt them.
Forever. It will forever haunt them. The constant thoughts of what if? What could that child have been? Could I have made it? Could we have been okay?
And you know what? And you know what?
Could that child have done?
And you know what? The question, the secondary question, could I have made it? Could I have gone on with that child?
It would have been yes.
Overwhelmingly, the answer is yes. The truth is that you would just have to sacrifice a couple more things, and you probably would have had to. Your life probably would have sucked for a few years, but you would have gotten used to it. You would have figured it out.
You would have adapted and overcome.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the truth.
Another argument I've recently been hearing is that the I mean, I don't even call it the pro-choice side. Honestly, I just say it's the pro-death side because that is what it is. But the pro-choicers are like, well, you're not pro-life, you're pro-birth. And I'm like, no, I am pro-life. I don't think that it's like they think that we're just like, no, you have to have the baby. And then once the mom has the baby, we just don't care anymore. That's not true at all.
That's exactly what they say.
Think about all of the help as a single mom that you can get. I mean, yeah, the government has WIC programs. I mean, and I think that the government could spend their time, instead of giving so much money to abortions and Planned Parenthood, put that money into
$300 million.
other programs and broadening that program that helps women get on their feet, help single mothers get on their feet. You know what I mean? I'm not just somebody who thinks, oh, we should just make all these people who are struggling have, a bigger struggle. No, I think that we absolutely need to help women. We absolutely need to help those single mothers. I'm absolutely all for that. I don't think that my compassion just ends at birth at all. And it's like they think that for some reason, and I don't understand why.
Well, that's just what they think. They think that because
have lasting effects.
the woman, that's because that's pretty much the justification for the most part is why they have an abortion is because of economical means. It's going to cause economical hardship.
It's convenience.
I mean, yeah, that's what it is.
Literally, it's varying degrees of convenience. That's the answer. It's not. I mean, honestly, in 99% of the issues, it's varying degrees of
well, right, and so that's what they say, that's one of the big justifications is, well, the child will just have a rough life and it'd be awful because they're going to live in poverty because the mom made bad decisions.
That doesn't give you a right to kill.
I understand. I'm not saying that. But that's their argument that they go with saying that, well, you just don't care after that. I'm like, no, I'm absolutely for it. Like, I'm looking into adoption myself for me and my family. And you know what? It's incredibly expensive. It's 25 to 30 grand on average to adopt a kid. How about you take that money? How about you come up with some new system or revamp the adoption?
Yeah, instead of giving $500 million to the Planned Parenthood, why don't you take that money and divide it by 20 or 30,000, or maybe even 5 to 10,000, and give those as adoption grants to families?
Yeah.
How about that? How about that? If the highest qualifying, whatever fucking arbitrary method they go on qualifying families for fucking. I guess there's a pretty important method they go into. I don't know, but give $5,000 or $10,000 to the cost of adopting a child to a family that wants to adopt a child. How about that?
Make it easier for parents who actually want a baby.
Instead of fucking snuffing out. Okay. This is I don't know if you're streaming right now, but
I am. We're live on YouTube.
If you, giving $5,000 to $10,000 to an adoptive family instead of giving $500 million to Planned Parenthood to literally crush the child's head, dismember its body, and then suck it into a tube and sell the parts for stem cells. They say it's for stem cell research, but they're selling it to the fucking highest bidder. And fucking Planned Parenthood makes their goddamn money. They don't need that $500 plus million subsidy from the government.
And abortions are their biggest moneymaker.
And it is their biggest moneymaker. So my thing is, I mean, fuck. Let me pull up a calculator.
How many kids could you help get adopted?
Yeah, 500 million, and that's the low number. It's been higher. 500 million divided by 10,000. You could save 50,000 adoptive parents if you give them a $10,000 grant. Basically,
you could help
covering almost a
kids
third
a year.
Yes,
get a home.
Almost a third of the cost it costs to adopt a child.
So the only thing with that is, which I thought about this, is because then you run the risk of people basically just trying to farm kids because I know they can get money by adopting.
No, and that's why it's a grant. It's not a subsidy.
Well, right.
If it's a grant, you're still gonna have to spend money.
Right, and then, I mean, I think there still should be a good vetting process, but yeah, like that's you have to prepare like a policy idea against that because people will use that. Well, they're just gonna use it to make money.
And I absolutely, right there is another reason I think that our foster care system really needs reform, because you think about all of the people who are doing that exact thing, that are fostering kids just to make the money.
Yep.
And putting these kids through hell. I think it's just so terrible, and I think that there needs to be that whole system needs to be looked at, because it's very, very messed up.
See, think about like how much money goes to these political campaigns, and how like much money was given to like the Democrat National Convention and Republican National Convention. I'm like, if people would just come up with some programs that they like helping everyday people out to something as simple as that, just helping kids get adopted, like helping parents cover some of the fees they want to help a kid out to bring them into their families. Like how much money just goes to airspace to get someone elected?
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Dude, put abortion on the side right now. Think about it as far as like a libertarian taxpayer view. Like, to all the libertarians who are listening to this podcast right now, why the fuck, or who are listening to this stream right now, why the fuck are you okay with the government taking $500 million plus from your, everyone gets federally taxed, that is something that you're funding, that gives it to a fucking program that literally kills children? Why are you okay with that? Why is like I said, set aside abortion. Like, let's just say it's just a clinic. Why the fuck are you okay with the government funding this clinic that only helps a certain subset of the population? Like, why are you okay with that? I don't know. Why aren't you for competing markets, or something that you pay for? Why are you okay with your money being spent for that? And then that, on top of that, it's being spent on a organization that literally profits off slaughtering babies. And that's what they are. They're babies. They're not clumps of cells. They're not fetuses. I mean, they are fetuses, I guess, but they're also babies.
Fetus is just a Latin word for unborn baby.
For offspring, yeah. it's just
one more little step that they can disconnect it from being a human life that makes them feel a little bit better. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I don't, dude. People are so ardent. People are just so ardent to just ignore that. They seem so willfully ignorant to that fact that it's children, it's human children that these people are harvesting.
Where are most Planned Parenthood clinics located?
Low-income neighborhoods, black neighborhoods.
Minority communities.
They grossly affects minorities. It grossly affects African Americans. The thing is, Planned Parenthood kills a lot of black babies.
I got one. Okay, my one guy's listening. My local lefty. He says it's a medical procedure. Then by that standard, a medical procedure could just be me taking you, cutting you open.
Okay, so is it a medical procedure on a human child? Is there such thing as a medical procedure that literally takes the life of somebody that's not willing to give their life up?
What would need, if it really is a medical procedure? What would need that medical procedure? Because most of the people I've met, women who have had abortions, it's not because they needed it. It's not because it was a necessary medical procedure. It's because they were trying to escape something.
So I mean that's it. What were they? A medical procedure is to cure something. That there's no reason to have a medical procedure if there's not something to cure or to fix. So what are you fixing?
Absolutely not a medical procedure.
Yeah, what cure is, like, what disease is that you're trying to get rid of? That's a good question, I guess, to ask.
What is that attempting to help?
Is it a tumor? Is it a tumor that you're trying to remove? Like, what is it?
I don't know, he hasn't responded.
Is he still there?
You could go on my YouTube channel and see the chat as it pops up.
It also can cause women to not be able to conceive, or it increases the chances of women
What's your YouTube channel?
It's just Cinco's, I believe. Just type in
Cinco's.
You'd think I would know. I mean, yeah, I'm just called Cinco's.
Was it?
I'm just not.
Is it multiple C's?
No, just one C.
His Instagram is like SSSS.
Cinco TV?
No, hold on. I'll send it to your Discord.
Spanish
just yes. Text me. Text me.
It's in.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Well, so on Twitch it was It wasn't just CINCOS. That was already taken. So I literally had to. Beef it up a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, we might actually have to, I'll have to turn down the volume coming from...
Yeah, because I can hear myself, and so there's already a little echo.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Just turn the mute on, just mute the video, watch the video, but just mute it. And just look at, if he comes back and he looks in the chat box. Because he's...
Oh, dude, this is major delayed.
Yeah, so the audio wouldn't even help you.
That's him right now.
I can literally hear myself. This is so weird.
No, it's him playing back.
Yeah, man, I need to honestly have you on for more talks. Just because...
Okay, I have to turn you off. I can't do this. Okay, no, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't watch that because it's completely fucked me up. There's like a 12-second delay. I can't fucking do that.
Okay, well, yeah, I was thinking that he might be involved more in the chat because this is the guy. His name was J Smash on Twitch, and he's been there since the beginning. He's the local lefty that always debates me on stuff.
Is that Nichols, like, currently in this moment? That's him right now?
Yeah. Tell me to do something, Cole, and like with my hand gesture or something.
Here, Nichols, right now, hold up 4 fingers.
Nichols, slap yourself in the face.
Hold on, let's see how long it takes.
I did it.
Hold on, yeah, let's see how long it takes. Hold on, it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet?
I think you're about to do it right now.
Oh my god, that's a huge delay.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Dude, holy shit, it's been like, what, 12 seconds? 15 seconds? There we go.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
happened. That's like 20 seconds later. And then he slaps
Oh man, yeah.
Okay, hold on, wait. Who this? I teach pro-choice. Sheep. Who are these people? Come on, if you don't want to get one. If you don't want, don't.
Come on,
get
if
one.
you don't want to. If you don't want one, don't.
Oh,
get
if you don't
one.
want, don't get one. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay. Yeah, but okay. Come on, if you don't want to murder someone, don't murder somebody. Like,
Yep.
that's the
logic.
fuck. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if you don't want to murder somebody, just don't murder somebody. It doesn't make murder okay. That doesn't mean if you want to murder somebody, you should go fucking murder somebody. Like, that's the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard in my entire life.
Dude, right there, you sounded like a more eloquent Mac. I
don't fucking like. Just fucking. Don't even fucking. I'm done. I'm not gonna fucking go into it right now. I'm not gonna do it.
What?
I'm being Mac.
Dude, I wish
That's not you work
the girls need to meet Mac.
That's like
they
like
don't.
people saying, "Oh well, if you make it illegal, it's just gonna push women to go get like more and unsafe back alley ones." And I'm like, okay, so because murder's illegal,
you know what?
Because murder is illegal.
Yeah. You know what? Murders are very unsafe for people. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make murder legal. We're gonna control it, and we're gonna make it to where you have to pay to murder somebody. That way we don't have any back alley murders. We don't want any dirty back alley murders that might ruin the future for people.
If you think about it, that's
so we're gonna make murder legal. We're gonna make murder legal so that people can murder people. Murder so that there's no health detriments to murdering people.
Not only that, but Planned Parenthood was pretty much founded by an avowed racist.
No, they were founded on the idea of eugenics.
A eugenist.
That's how far we've gone.
A eugenicist.
Pro-life argument.
God damn it, Margaret Sanger.
I just want to say Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Such a gem.
I'm actually reading the book about Margaret Thatcher.
Well, Margaret Thatcher was dope. Margaret Sanger wasn't.
I think it was. What's the book called?
I'm gonna go to my Twitter page and I'm gonna see if I can find any cool Twitter stuff we can talk about.
I follow this future
cool Twitter stuff.
The page and they have a book club, and I think it may have been last month's book that was the one about Margaret Thatcher.
But yeah, I mean, the Planned Parenthood was literally created to help slow the black population, and I mean, technically that's exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, it is. It's doing a really good job at it too.
People are upset like, well, the black population don't have representation. I'm like, they're 13%. Like, if you want to try to take like how many abortions there's been in the past 30, 40 years, how many tens of millions of kids have been killed, with the majority of them probably being black. Like, how many more millions of black people would there be inside the country if Planned Parenthood hadn't killed them all, or abortions hadn't killed them all?
Yeah, I mean, there would be probably at least 20 million more.
I mean,
at least.
And I mean, what would that make their population? Like, I mean, it'd be hard to figure it out, but probably bump them up a good percent.
That was all white men.
All white men, yeah. White men don't want those black babies being born, so gotta rule Roe v. Wade in.
I think that's funny.
God damn it, dude.
It also
is anybody listening to your stream right now?
It's also based on a woman who did not.
Not that I'm aware of. No, I think y'all are the only ones.
All pro Lim Monton. Z.
But the thing is, I have people that actually come, because it'll turn into a YouTube video. We're live right now on YouTube, but it will go into my videos where people can watch it and listen to it.
Hold on. I gotta type my abortion argument real quick into your chat.
It's gonna take forever.
No, it's not gonna take forever because it's a very simple argument.
Well, it is. I'm just saying. I thought you meant you were gonna type everything we just talked about into the chat. It's like, why don't you just repeat it? Like, just say it. Keep talking.
Premise 1. Oh, this is gonna be good. You're like, oh, just in case, because he's not here, and so if he comes back, he's gonna see what you wrote.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I understand your logic.
Okay, hold on. I'm not totally Tober right now, so I gotta think.
Wait. Do you go to work?
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Nice. Wait, why did you go to work each day, or did you think that you had COVID?
So yesterday I was sick. Yesterday I was sick, and I thought that I might have it. So I was kind of like, hey, do I need to go
get tested?
Like, yeah. So I had recently went and visited my niece. So she tested negative. The thing is, we thought that my niece was gonna get tested for COVID. Okay. And she was in the middle of, like, she had just gotten tested and she hadn't gotten her results back. And I was feeling sick. So if one of those circumstances didn't exist and it was either my niece got tested and I wasn't feeling sick, or I was feeling sick and my niece didn't get tested, I probably would have just gone into work and not made a big deal about it. But it was the fact that both my niece was getting tested for COVID because my sister was worried she had COVID, and I was feeling sick, and I had just seen her.
Gotcha.
So I did that. But turns out she tested negative for COVID, so it's no big deal. And I feel fine. I feel fine now.
All of a sudden, you're gonna end up like get a little cough, and then you're gonna test positive. Like, what the f? This doesn't make any sense.
And then everyone on my shift is gonna have to stay home.
I mean, overtime. Dude,
okay.
Okay. Got to type. But yeah, honestly, the abortion argument, you can get through it pretty quick. Like, you don't have to go through the bull crap. You know, all the issues. It's like, listen, man. Like, what do you? And you do it like Crowder does it, and just say, all right, do you believe that they're all okay, or none of them okay, or like when do you have a certain line? Because it starts out like a normal abortion argument, and then they go, well, what do you think about rape? And what do you think about, like, listen, it's either all okay or none okay, like, with these little exceptions to the rule. But I get asked that one.
Also, if you don't want one, don't have one. That would imply that it's only you that it's affecting, not just you. It's the baby, human life that is inside you.
Well, and that's it. And that's why I try to explain to him that we believe it's another human life. It's just I would push to protect your life and your rights as a human being. I'm pushing to protect that child.
Absolutely.
Hold on, I'm still writing my argument.
I can hear. I'm killing chickens.
I recently just got this book that I'm gonna read called The Choice. Nicholas, you know who Dinesh D'Souza is?
Yeah, a little Indian guy that's a Republican.
His daughter, I love Dinesh D'Souza, but I also love his daughter. She's really, really awesome, and she just wrote this book called The Choice, and it's pro-abortion, pro-life. That's what the book is about. I've only read like the first chapter though, but so far it's pretty good.
Have you read Ben Shapiro's book, his new one?
What was that?
Have you read Ben Shapiro's new book?
Is it that the How to Kill America in 3 Easy Steps, or?
Yeah, How to Destroy America.
Yeah, How to Destroy America. No, I haven't read that. But speaking of Ben Shapiro of the Daily Wire, for Christmas I got my grandpa and my dad Michael Knowles' book, Reasons to Vote for Democrats, and it's a blank book.
Yeah,
I got it in the mail today, and I was flipping through it, and it was making me laugh. I thought
like,
that was pretty funny.
how many copies of that have sold? How many tens of thousands of copies of people?
It literally.
Oh, it's a great white elephant. It's a great white elephant gift for sure. It
truly is. Like, how much does it cost?
I think it's like $15-20 or something like that.
$9 on
Amazon. $9 on Amazon. There you go.
I think.
But at the top, it has a quote. One of Donald Trump's tweets about it, and it says, "A great book for your reading enjoyment." And it says the title is "Reasons to Vote for Democrats: A Comprehensive Guide." And you flip through it, and like all the pages are blank, but at the beginning of like what would be every chapter, so like the first chapter is economics, and all the pages in that chapter are blank, and then the next chapter is I think civil rights, yeah, and then all the pages are blank. That's pretty funny. A good gag gift.
I mean, it really is. I would probably order one right now and take it to Kayla's family's Christmas, because they always do this white elephant. But she doesn't like me getting political, so I don't know how that would go.
Is Kayla not? Oh fuck, dude, I'm limited. I can only have 200 characters.
Well, just say your argument.
Snap.
And everybody can hear it.
No, because no one's listening.
Because no one's listening.
Obviously.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got 2 viewers. So, where's that me?
Oh, so these people just commented and then, like, left?
Yeah.
They didn't even want to hear a rebuttal? That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, we were going for a while.
Okay, I'll just put that. I'll put that. A fetus is a fetus in the womb contains a unique human DNA strand that will never be repeated within reason ever again. 1 in 10 to the 24 is probably won't. 10 to 124 probably will never happen ever again. And that is the math. That is technically the math. Speaking DNA with probability and everything. So if anyone's listening, and you can read that comment, you can read that. That is after conception, when the female gamete and the male gamete, being the egg and the sperm, combine and they make that unique DNA strand.
Is that gamete? Oh, there he is. It's not
whatever you want to call it. That is a unique human being. Oh, is this him again?
That's him.
It's like you said. Is anybody listening? It's like when Larry Elder says, "Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?" It's a unique human being, and whether it is a zygote, whether it's an egg, whether it's a fetus, whether it's 9 months the woman's going through labor, it's a human being. So is it okay to murder human life in the womb, especially innocent human life that's growing within the womb with unique DNA that
the earth has never seen before,
determines hair color, eye color, height, predisposition to alcoholism, predisposition to diabetes, high IQ, low IQ, personality traits. Like, this is a unique human being that almost immediately upon conception is made. And that it's okay to just snuff that out. That's a unique human being. So how is that not murder? Explain to me, Al Pro Lemonton Z. How is that not murder if you're literally killing a human being? A unique human being that will never be repeated within reason. It is almost mathematically impossible that same unique DNA strand will ever be repeated again. How is that not murder? How is that not killing a human being?
You know what's scary is when they're going to be able to, like, when science advances so far that they can see, like, basically how intelligent you will be in the womb. And then they start having a threshold. Oh, below
that is very disturbing.
Below 80 IQ.
At that point, my little sister Reagan, when my dad and my stepmother conceived Reagan, the doctors basically said, "Do you want to abort your baby because there's a high chance that it will have Down syndrome?"
Yeah.
They basically said that my sister Reagan had, I don't remember what the percentage, I know that it was very high, that my little sister Reagan, she's going to have Down syndrome, therefore have a terrible life, so do you want to just end it now? And my dad and my stepmom were like, I couldn't believe that they even, like, said that to them so bluntly. And my sister Reagan doesn't have Down syndrome, and she's an amazing young girl who is just full of life. And I wonder how many people could sit in a doctor's office and say, yeah. You know.
Yeah, go ahead, just rip it from me. Kill it. But no, it's a point we've gotten to now where you are supposed to yell about your abortion. Like, that you're supposed to be proud of it, and that you're supposed to tell everyone and put it on social media and look, I got, like, Alyssa Milano, and I got my abortion, and man.
It's sad. It's sad for women. It truly is. It breaks my heart for them. And I mean, there was I can't remember this comedian's name. It's like Michelle something. The one, she has like super curly hair. If that makes anybody know who I'm talking about. But
curly hair Michelle.
She got up on stage and she said that getting an abortion made her feel like God, and it was the best decision of her life. And there were all these people commenting below it. You know, there were pro-choicers commenting. And there were obviously pro-lifers commenting, and I sat there and I read through them all, and there were some that were super long and well thought out, and I just quit. I said, you know
Dude,
what?
All-Pro, there are women who literally say they are proud of doing what they're doing. What do you say about that?
And I said, you know
did you see his
I
reply?
said, I feel incredibly bad for this woman because you know that deep down that is not how she feels. And you know that deep down in her heart of hearts that is not how she thinks, that is not how she feels. And it's sad because she probably sits alone at night and has to think about that. And I don't want any woman to have to go through that.
Well,
why do you have to kill your child, All-Pro? Why do you
It's not about being proud. It's about doing what you have to do. He literally admitted right there that he believes it's murder. You have to do what you have to do, even if
why is it something you can't be proud of, All-Pro? Why is it something that you should not be proud of? And why is it something that you have to do? Please tell me.
But even right there, he gives admittance that he believes it's murder. It's about doing what you have to do. It doesn't matter how dirty or grimy it is. Just do what you got to do.
Okay, so in your reply, I bet you're typing a reply right now. Are you conceding that it's murder? And if so, is it something that someone should be proud of? And also, why do you have to do it?
I would also say,
why is it completely dependent on the mother? So basically the opinion of the mother and just how the mother feels, whether or not she wants to have or wants to kill her child, that right there is the determination on the value of human life. So if I were next to you and I had a gun to your head and I said your value of your life is dependent on my wanting you to live or not, does that so if I want you alive or if I want you dead, that's where it's the choice is in my hands at that point.
What if you want yourself alive or don't want yourself alive? What about suicide?
Like
you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You can determine whether or not someone else's life is valuable just based on your own convenience and your own emotional state.
I'll take a step further. How about whenever you're 15 years old and your mother decides she wants to kill you? Does she have that right at that point?
Where does it end?
What's the line? Where does it end? When can a mother decide to kill her child or not? Does it matter whether or not it's inside or out of the womb? If so, what point?
She's got to do what she's got to do, right? According to
you're being a craphead teenager. She's got to take you out.
See, dude, you already said that. We get that. We read that. That's an answer. That answer obviously isn't good enough for us. You have to go a little bit. You have to go a little bit deeper than that, All-Pro.
That implies
a little bit deeper.
It's affecting one person. It's not. It's affecting the baby.
Of course, we don't want to get it. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't want to, okay. If you know someone who wants to murder somebody.
Are you reading?
Wait, what?
Then don't. I mean, and you shouldn't. If you're not responsible enough to handle a child coming into the world, then you probably shouldn't be having sex.
And regardless, just because you financially can't handle the child, that determines whether or not that child can die or live.
It's not about you anymore.
That's kind of a really, really thin rope to walk across. The fact that just because the child's life might be hard and just because your life might be hard, that determines that child now deserves to die.
So money is what determines the value of human life. How much money?
How much money is a child worth, man? Why you?
My mom had my brother at 17 years old. She didn't have a penny to her name. Look at her now. My mother has a master's degree. She's raised 3 children.
That's it. It shouldn't matter about your financial standing.
Life. It's worth more.
And dude, if you don't want it, don't get it. Okay, if people. So my question is, we are equating abortion to murder. So if you don't want to murder somebody, just don't go murder somebody. Does that make murder okay? Does it make back alley murders okay? If you don't want to murder somebody, just don't go murder somebody. But if someone does murder somebody, that's their choice. If they want to go stab somebody in the back of the head with an ice pick, that's their choice. It's okay. It's not against the law.
Also, there's the adoption. I guess you weren't here for when we talked about adoption, J Smash.
Okay, so there are too many kids to be adopted. So that means those kids deserve to die. That's what you're saying. They're saying because there's too many kids to be adopted.
How about instead of murdering children, we reform the adoption process? If that's what your issue is, if your issue is adoption,
what you're doing is
because there's kids in adoption, you're saying that these babies deserve to die because there's just already too many of them?
You're basically justifying the death of innocent life right now by saying there's too many kids to be adopted.
That's exactly
or who can't be adopted. All those kids who are up for adoption right now deserve to die.
We've already established that he is of the mindset that it is murder. Now it's the mindset, okay, how can we justify that murder?
So if you're okay with murdering based on, there's no more conversation to be had. If you don't value human life to the point where you're okay with murdering children because they can't be adopted, I can't have a conversation with you anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's the point that we're at.
Fair enough, all pro. If you're okay with murdering children because they can't be adopted, there's no more. There's the moral line has been crossed. I can't finish.
Well, and so that's, I mean, we're reaching these points in America where it's like these arguments are ending at this, like, we can't come to a foundational agreement anymore. We can't come to, like, that murder is bad. We can't come to that foundational agreement that murdering a child is bad. We can't come down to the foundational agreement that America is actually a great country and lifts people out of poverty and it's not racist. We can't come to that anymore.
How do you not view it as murder? Why is it not murder?
You said it yourself. You said, do what you got to do. That implies that no matter what the consequences are, no matter
how
what
is it not murder? All pro. Explain that in your next comment.
I would say do what you got to do and take care of your kid. Do what you got to do.
Yep. That would be better. That'd be a more responsible thing.
What is the definition of murder? The definition of murder.
Murder. I don't know, what is it?
The unlawful.
I'm looking it up right now.
The unlawful premeditated killing of one human being by another.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And a fetus has human DNA. It is growing. It is alive.
Often has human.
It's a human being. It's murder.
So many toes, so many fingers.
It's a human. It's a living, growing, developing human being. And destroying that life is killing. That is a murder. So why don't you view it as murder? What is dismembering a child within a womb? How is that different from shooting somebody in the head or dismembering somebody in real life? What is the difference? Is the difference location? Is the difference developmental stage? What is the difference? And if so, what line do you draw, Alpro? What line do you draw? Where's the line? Is the line at 9 months? Is the line at 7 months? Is the line at 23 weeks? Where's the line? I don't know. I gotta go to bed because I gotta wake up early in the morning. But I'd like to know what he says.
Okay. Well, I mean, as soon as you hop off, I'm getting off because I'm just chatting with you guys. And we have.
All right, man. Take it easy. I gotta go.
All right. Bye.
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 Bye. That was a good discussion. J Smash, if you have a retort, I might see it later. But yeah, good conversation. Abortion's bad. It's never good. Never right. It's not justifiable to take another human life. Either don't have sex, get a condom, get birth control, or have your kid, raise it.